How's it going, everyone? Dan here, and welcome to another video. So this short little vlog series is going to be called About the Uploader, and what it is going to be literally just a bunch of general knowledge things about myself, ranging from who I am to things about my family, about my past, and etc. I'm going to split them across several videos on different subjects, that are about the uploader. You know how a book has like usually about the editor bit, or like or not about the editor, about the author, and like newspapers usually have about the editor. Well, this is about the uploader. I'm sure it's already been done, but might as well bring you guys a little bit more personal content, what more things about me, because really no one knows who I am on this channel. I don't think I've ever done like a who I am video, so maybe this series will take off, and we'll get all the topics or subjects done. If you have a specific subject you want to hear me talk about, you can leave it in the comments and we'll do another video on that. But the way I'm doing this is I'm taking the subject and I'm writing it all down and I'm putting it in front of me so I know what I want to say. And if it sounds a little bit scripted or read from paper, it's because it basically is. But I'm gonna try to add my own words here and then, because it's the only way I can keep my mind on track. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Dan, I'm 25 years old, and I was born in Birmingham, Alabama back in 1992. I know that makes me a really old fart, 25 years old. My real name is LaDaniel. I usually don't even go by that unless it's my brother or my mom calling me, but really I'm pretty sure when I'm at work, it's like the only time I ever get called by my long name, by my actual name. However, on the internet, I really don't like going by LaDaniel. It's like it sounds weird saying my name fully, and even when we're in like a gaming situation, calling me out by like my full name is like it's weird. But that's pretty much my full name. That's where I got my name back in Mobby, and that's what my name is. But however, I kind of just like to go by Dan. It's a lot shorter, and I know it's a lot more common, but I have a unique first name, kinda, but I'd rather just go by a common name because it's a lot easier than that. So I'm just pretty much a goofy, laid-back guy who typically just trying to make it in this world the best he can, really. And it's really hard, but we getting somewhere slowly but surely. It's really easy to get along with me. I'm pretty passive. I tend to get like I don't like conflict or drama. Like literally, if it comes to any conflicts or arguing or drama or anything, I will literally stay away from it, steer so far away that I won't even do anything with it, unless it's something that like has triggered me in the past, and like I've had something of a similar past experience and I don't want it to happen to someone else. Then more than likely I'll jump in to like try and stop it, even if it would like put my life on the line or something. But otherwise, I'm a pretty, not really a big antisocial, but I'm slightly an antisocial in that regard, where I really just don't like conflict at all. I'm really quiet, and hell, even my nervousness tends to stop me from interacting with people. But I've been improving on the antisocialness ever so slowly, becoming slowly less of a potato, as what my little brother says. But yeah, but it's pretty easy to get along with me. Like literally, all you have to really do is come up and say hi, and I would try my best to try and talk with you, get a conversation going. But yeah, with me and my social awkwardness, that would be really hard to do. But like, it's pretty easy to get along with me. I like to laugh. I like to joke around a lot. And if you can find common ground with me to keep talking about things, then we good to go pretty much. If I were to ever meet any of you guys someday, which that's a dream. That's things for another video that I want to put in. But I have two brothers, one older, and that's on my dad's side, and one younger is the one I live with on my mom's side. I don't really see a lot of my dad's side of the family too often, and I'll get more on that and family in a different ATU episode about the uploader. If you didn't know what ATU means. Started gaming when I was about 3 years old. Mom got me a Sega Genesis for Christmas, and the game that I think came along with it was Sonic 2 or it was Columns, one or the other. But I ended up with Sonic 2 and Columns as my first two games. And the moment upon loading up Sonic 2 and playing, the first level for the first time, I knew I was hooked. I knew I was just in love with gaming and in love with Sonic. Like literally from the moment I turned it on, it was amazing. Like, and the sense of exploration I got from experiencing something new was a feeling that I would never forget. That's something I want to experience to this day. Exploration of games that are new, senses of accomplishment. I gained as well from when I was just beating, levels, or even just beating bosses, or even just beating the special stages. Sure, it took me a few tries, but the accomplishment was nice. And definitely the sense of perseverance and never giving up, determination, had to throw that in there, you know what I mean? But the sense of being determined to beat something, because I would constantly game over on Chemical Plant Act 2, because that drowning spot where I always die repeatedly back then. I was determined to beat something, and those are experiences that I never would have picked up had it wouldn't been for gaming, or would have been in a different situation if it wasn't for gaming. And I'm glad it was through gaming, because those feelings are unmatched when it comes to playing games like that. And learning all that back then really helped, keep gaming in my life, and it really just clicked with me, and it allowed me to basically go through this path of all these, gaming consoles as I grew up, experiencing those same feelings, constantly through all the new games, until we get to today, where what I've got today is still giving me those feelings, even though it's a little bit minute sometimes because I'm playing repeat games. But when a new game does come out, or when new MMOs do come out, I'm experiencing those three feelings again, and that's what really got me into gaming in the first place. Asking why I still game today is basically asking anyone, why do you do your favorite hobby? It's you can either get a really basic answer, or you can get a really complicated answer. And there's the basic answer of, well, that's just what I like to do. Obviously that's the answer that you could say, but it's not really what anyone's looking for, And there's always a more complicated, more detailed reason behind that's just what I like to do answer, And asking why I game today it's actually really, really hard to explain, to be honest. Like, I've even had to write down this long ass paragraph I'm looking at, and I really don't want to read it word for word, because that would sound very essay-like or speech-like, and don't know one like that. That's not me. But I've had the feelings that I've been losing my touch with gaming lately, and then I find a game that I didn't know about, or I find a game that I enjoy or I'm invested in, and then boom, I get those feelings again back. And it really comes down to what gaming has done for me and to me to this day. Gaming has given me a sense of belonging with the community, because the gaming community as a whole, despite there being a toxic side, which there's always going to be a toxic side to every community, but there's a sense of belonging now when it comes to the gaming community that I really enjoy, because way back in the day, sure, I met my best friend through gaming, right? But I've never really had like a solid group to like sit down and talk about, the things I like to do, aka gaming, with a group and like have a gaming discussion. Now, me and my best friend could do that all the time, but it got harder and harder to do once we got separated, with different schools and all that. Eventually I was on my own again, and it was hard. It really was hard, and I never really felt that sense of belonging at all before, because literally I grew up in areas where gaming wasn't really a big niche, and honestly gaming really never was something that was so popular. It was like something in the minority. People thought gaming was not really bad, but I guess they thought it was weird to be a gamer, and I never really brought it up back then because it was just something that people tend to make fun of or stuff. I mean, and with me being hard to socialize back then because I was getting slightly bullied around the neighborhood and just all sorts of shit. It was not really the greatest time for me, but at the end of the day, gaming was still something that I did to get me through all that bullshit, all that nonsense and that. But I'm getting sidetracked. But literally, gaming just didn't seem like something that I was able to openly talk about. But now, nowadays, literally gaming, I can literally be fairly open with my opinions on games and get a fair discussion out of people, even though I don't discuss too often. But the potential is there, and even if there is the toxic side that will bat down your opinion no matter what, there are the good. There are the people that are the good in the gaming community where literally you can have an open discussion and you can describe what you like and dislike, and they'll describe what they like and dislike, and you'll get your opinions on that. And it's really, it's not a word I can use to describe it really, but it's a good feeling to know that community is there. I belong to this. I'm proud to be a part of this community. I'm proud to be a gamer because this community exists, and it's grown so much since back then. Like, gaming has grown from this little niche to like something big, like almost bigger than actual sports nowadays, and just it's a good feeling to be a gamer nowadays. Sure, we get a lot of flack for some things, but all in all, I really enjoy it. And in addition to that sense of belonging, those three feelings still of exploration, determination, and accomplishment, those three feelings still exist to this day. And those three feelings are why I continue the gaming, because I literally, those apply to every single game that I play. Playing new games fresh, with no spoilers, is probably the best feeling you can ever get. Like, experiencing everything for the first time, there's no matched feeling other than that. When something hard comes up and it starts beating your ass, and then you finally beat what was beating your ass, there's no better feeling than that. There really isn't. And those feelings keep pushing me to continue gaming because I want to experience more of that. It's almost like an addictive quality, but I mean, you kind of look forward to seeing more games from those same people, or you look forward to seeing games from your favorite type of of gaming. Say, take Sonic and Mario for example. Like, I've always been excited for a new Sonic game release or a new Mario game release, even though despite Sonic not doing very well. But I've always been excited to see more Sonic games, and then Sonic Mania comes and it gives me all those feelings again, and it's just like, yes. And then Mario, I'm looking forward to Mario Odyssey later this year, and it's just like, yes. It's just like those three feelings. Even not even console games, MMOs the same way. Like, they all give me the sense of exploration, determination, accomplishment. I want to experience all of that more, and that's what keeps me pushing to this day. And not only do I want to experience those for myself, I want to experience it with friends as well. Making those moments with friends now that you can sit back and relax. Remember that time when we did this and blah blah blah. Like, experiencing things for the first time, all those three things I've explained in the past or just a while ago, combined with having your friends experience it at the same time as well, there's no matched feeling for that. It's just, I enjoy that. I enjoy when I'm able to, sit down, play this game along with my friends, and then like we come across a big boss or something that we don't know anything about, and we all have zero knowledge, and then we just wing it, and we get beat down or we get bodied, and then we learn and we laugh, and it's just, and we scream. Like, just like the experiences like that are what I live for when it comes to gaming. And I experienced that on my own as well, but it's so much better with friends, and honestly both of those together are what keep me gaming to this day. But long story short, I still game because I love the feelings of exploration, determination, and accomplishment that new games give, the feeling of belonging from the community, and because it's something moving forward that I'll be able to use, with making moments, not only with friends, but in the future for the family as well, in case things happen and everyone grows their family eventually, And I'll be able to share those experiences with my own family and make more moments, and then they'll be able to do that. And it just goes on and on and on. It's something that you really have to think about, but really, it really just comes down to those main three elements, plus belonging of the community. That's basically it. In the end, gaming is really just a part of who I am. And there's so much that I've not experienced that I may not know myself at all.